So we've got some real research to do about why certain communities are, why their kids are ready to go into kindergarten, why others aren't. And for the Latino population, I have to tell you, just because I know a fair amount about that, it is because a lot of times, especially if they've come here for economic reasons, they have 2 or 3 jobs, and they're probably not spending as much time at home. The kids are on their own, which has a whole number of other implications that we need to be paying attention to. But I want to tell you that as you look at other communities, it's heading in the right direction, but it's not heading there fast enough, and we've got a solution that I'll talk to you about in a moment. Let's go on to the next one, which is 5th grade math. And I will tell you, this slide says this is the percent of 5th graders meeting or exceeding math standards in Minneapolis public schools in 2011. And for all students, it's got an average of 31%. Here's the question I have for you. Does this look like we are globally competitive? So for American Indian students, it's 11%, Asian students, it's 37%, African American students, it's 12%, Hispanics, it's 20%. And the white population has 61%. So I just want to say that this is a very serious issue in our community. We need great math teachers. We need to spend more time on math and science in our schools. And I know as the state debates, and you've heard this or seen this in the paper, we've got new math tests coming out that are high stakes testing. We may look much worse than this. I've talked to some educators who are feeling like that could put us in an even worse position. So I want you to know, as business owners, as small business owners, as corporate leaders, that we need to fix this issue or we will not have the workforce that we need in the future. And so if anybody says, why should I care about this? This is our future, and it could be a very grim future if we don't fix it. Let me tell you about the next issue, and this is on-time high school graduation rates. And again, we have all students graduating at 47%, and again, this is a snapshot of Minneapolis, which we have in our study. But we have American Indian kids graduating at 17% on time. Asian students are doing really well, or better, I should say, not really well, 64%. Black and Hispanic students are 38 and 35% respectively, with the white population graduating at 68%. And again, I want to just tell you that this is a crisis. This is a serious situation. I don't have to tell you that, you know that. So on the next slide, it's jobs and employment. And you will know, you know this, I don't have to tell you, that education is the foundation for being able to have a livable wage job. So let's just look at the rates of working by different groups. In our Minneapolis area, we have all adults working at 72%, American Indian at 39%, Asian at 65%, Black at 53%, and Hispanics at 70%. And again, 2 or more races at 50% and white at 78%. So we do not have the level of participation in the labor force that we need in order to really fulfill those requirements for workforce in the future. And we all know that we're going to, even though it seems like, how could it be that we've got so many unemployed people now, but we know that the future we're going to have, and even now we have a mismatch of skills and jobs where we cannot put enough people into the right jobs because they don't have skills. We need to fix our education system so that we have a workforce that is robust and that meets the needs of the future. Okay, so these data that I've just given you a snapshot of, and I'll go to the next slide, have serious implications. Let me talk first about the cost of not closing the gap. And we've done a little bit of work here in terms of research and looking at the research. So by 2018, 68% of jobs in Minnesota will require a post-secondary degree. It may be a 2-year degree, it may be a 4-year degree. But that is not where we are anywhere close right now. Fewer jobs for people without a high school diploma, and those jobs don't pay a family supporting wage. And again, if we want to lower the cost of government, which all of us do, we need to figure out how to get people educated so they don't end up on public assistance or in jail. There is a direct correlation to kids who are failing at the early ages in education.